pot sticker dumplings with a ginger and soy dipping sauce. And yes, that stunning lattice is easier to do than making scrambled eggs. You can do this and they're delicious. I know you can. I'm here for you. Watch this video. First thing that I want to do is take my pork, it's coarsely ground, place it into a bowl, add our ginger and our garlic, add cooked cabbage that we've squeezed out and then minced, a little bit of rice wine, a little bit of sesame oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of soy. I do not use a dark Chinese soy or mushroom soy with that. I use a nice light soy and a big dollop of Chinese chives, also called garlic chives. And then all we're gonna wanna do is use our 4 fingers and get that liquid absorbed by the pork. And I do that before I do anything else because I don't want what little liquid, in some cases, I mean, just a soup song of sesame oil or rice wine, I don't want it to go flying out of the bowl when I start doing this. Just wipe down the sides with your hand and make sure that all of your ingredients are really well incorporated. And when I start doing this motion fairly fast, you'll realize why I wanted to make sure my liquids were incorporated in there. Take a small sharp knife and just cut a flap into the package because I'm going to take out a bunch of them. I can do these fairly quickly, but just keeping them in the pack like this sometimes is enough moisture so that they won't dry out. Take a spoon, take your opposing thumb and pull it back. The reason you want to do that, the cleaner this hand is, the easier these are to seal. These seal so easily with water. Pinch the top, come down around the sides, occluding all the air, and then just sit it down on the side, and you can put 5 pleats in them. It's the easiest thing in the whole world. We have enough to make our first batch. So the first thing we're gonna do is add our oil. And you can see the oil starting to ripple in there, those little sort of rainbow type waves. And it's starting to get aromatic. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Now, they're almost browning right away. You can see right on the edge there, instantaneously, because it's a very thin skin, and we don't want that to get too dark. So all we're gonna do is add a little bit of water, let those steam. You can see here we still have some water in the pan, so I wanna let that evaporate. And then if you wanna have fun, cornstarch and water, and you can make a nice lattice the way some restaurants do it. Throw the lid back on there for another 25, 30 seconds. And the water in that cornstarch is going to evaporate and brown. You can see that lattice forming at the edge. Dipping sauce, paper thin slices of ginger, a little bit of soy, a little bit of vinegar. If you want to be super cute, you can just put a little slice of red chili there. Everyone always says, how do I plate this? Well, it's very simple. You plate it upside down so you see the lattice covering. Let people break away their pot stickers. And I have found that most indoor spatulas are not big enough. So I actually use the one from my grill outside. And I know it goes to my grill because it has the pop top for my friends that like to have a little cold beer when we're sitting around cooking ribs. All right, you see how we have some nice browning there? Beautiful pot stickers with lattice and a little bit of dipping sauce. Remember, this is food. The dumplings wiggle. The lattice is very crispy. You're always gonna have a little piece that breaks. If you don't, you're using too much cornstarch liquid. I think the beautiful irregularities of that are just absolutely stunning. But the fun part is you just break off a dumpling and lattice will stick to each one, which adds an amazing textural crunch. Absolutely spectacular. And that dipping sauce, ratio of 3:2, soy sauce to black vinegar, seasoned with paper-thin shards of ginger. This thing just sings.